Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun. I was muted. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. We do have a little bit of economic news coming up here in about 5 minutes. I'm working on some programming here today. I think so I've been working on my version of cumulative delta that does the caching and everything. I think there's still some more work. I kind of I got to when all of the data turned off and I was like, okay, I got in for the day. Yeah, doesn't look like I'm doing it right though. Are you using the newest updated version of Jigsaw? Asks Reggie Williams. I am not using the beta. No. Okay, let's come over to. Okay, volume profile overnight a little bit higher. They tried to pull out, a buy again off of Russia stuff, but they kind of never made it. And then the auction happened and the auction was like, nope, we don't want any of that. S&P 500 took a huge hit on the nose from Nvidia earnings, but it looks like so far they're moving past that in the overnight session. But the market did not like what Nvidia had to say. Oil pushing a little bit higher here. Gold and silver are looking pretty good recovering. Gold looks really good recovering there. Copper still down there at the bottom. And the Japanese yen, a little bit of a recovery. Hey, we got a higher low and everything. That doesn't look too bad. And Bitcoin just keeps going. They want that 100,000. Will they be at 100,000 before the end of the week? Who knows? I'm seeing a lot of discussion about it now, though. It's been dead for so long. Okay, so I think there's a bug in my cumulative. Did I change this one to calculate on each? I did. Yeah, and see, it's not actually giving me the latest bar. That's because I know what I did wrong. I'm just gonna comment all this stuff out. I think that I want it to be this. I know that you can't see, but I'm just talking to myself, okay? Don't worry about it. Okay, so there is our news. Oh, I forgot to turn on the news clock here. Hold on. Doesn't look like too big of a move. A little bit down and then back up. Oh, there we go. Philly Fed Business Index negative 5.5 versus an expected 8, and initial jobless claims slightly lower than expected at 213K versus 220K. So a little bit mixed. Yeah, Uzi talking about Russia fires ICBM at Ukraine. So I actually saw that Russia denies that it was an ICBM, but no matter. That did cause a little bit of action overnight. The funny thing about the Russia Ukraine situation right now is that I'm more interested in if it actually becomes a big deal than like what the actual practical consequences of it are, because I'm kind of sitting here like, well, like, you gotta understand the political implications of it, right? I've disconnected myself a little bit from that. The Donald Trump Republican side of the aisle is very, very upset that the Biden administration appears to be escalating the conflict, right? I'm kind of sitting here like, I don't think anything's gonna happen. But the market freaks out at points, so I'm more interested to see if the market's fears end up being realized, or if it's all just noise. Okay, let's see if that's more correct. That looks a little better. Breakout FGBL up. Well, the treasuries are kind of moving up a little bit. Sorry, let's move this over here and make it small so that it's not like covering everything up. I know that it covers up the other indicators, but we don't look at those that much anyways. The dollar did get stronger there, but it's come back. The treasuries have not. So does that mean, well, except for that, why is the S&P? I was going to say, does that mean it's a flight to safety move? But you're seeing the S&P 500 move up as well, so that doesn't quite fit. Okay, so now that I got that, let's come here and add Sims delta, just to have them both there and confirm that everything is the same. That was probably caching. Wait, what? No, that's wrong. Dude, some of the logic in these indicators start to get really convoluted because you have to do different things based on whether it's real time or you're using tick replay, if you're calculating on each tick or on the bar close. So like, I totally get why NinjaTrader never did this stuff themselves, but let's try that. So let's do it. First of all, let's tell it to not cache the data. And let's add it again. Sorry, cumulative delta. But on bar close. Oh, right. Sometimes I'll do things and I'll be like, why did I ever think that that was going to work? Must have been too late in the afternoon or something. That's more like it. Okay, except for that the numbers are slightly different, but that could be the caching. funny enough, if I tell it to not save the data, it will still read the data. Okay. So I'm just going to come in here and clear it. Still different. I picked like the worst spoon in the drawer. Throw this one away. What the heck? Now that's interesting. It doesn't... What? Okay, I'm having a hard time explaining that one. I was like, well, maybe the problem is at the beginning of the chart. Mr. Legit, how can you afford to do trading full-time? You have to have a really, really huge wad. I don't do it full-time. I mean, I guess technically I do it full-time because I don't have a day job right now, but I'm not even live trading right now, so don't make anything from trading right now. Don't really have the, you know, when I'm struggling to pay all of the bills every month, I'm not going to go and, you know, risk $1,000. So very, very few people are ever actually making money. So it's gotta be that. Is it because it just doesn't make sense? And they both do it too, so it's gotta have something to do with this. This is a tough one. What if I just get rid of this? Does that change it? I feel like such a failure right now, guys. Why you no work? It's not. Time for the debugger. Stream times call for stream measures, friends. It's a little sad that pulling out the Visual Studio debugger is like extreme times to me, but that's where we're at the moment. That's gonna cover you guys up, so I won't see your comments here. So don't say anything extremist, okay? Don't say anything extremist. How am I going to test this? Because the part that I want to... Okay, maybe I need to set it right here. Because I only want it to do it like on a new bar. There we go. Now we get it. And current bar is 1. Oh wait, it is working. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that doesn't help because Sims data series down there doesn't do the thing. Okay, but it is calculating a value over here. It is calculating a value. So why isn't it drawing it? Oh, actually, let's do this. Let's try this. Make it a line on close. What? Well, that don't make no darn sense. Let's see here. Obsidian Futures, top of the morning. NG popping off the dude. The natural gas is always crazy, though, man. Don't. You know what they like? Okay, so NQ is the Widowmaker. The only reason that NQ is the Widowmaker is because no retail trader is crazy enough to trade natural gas. Natural gas moves so much during it is possibly the most volatile thing on the exchange. It's always at the top or the bottom. 6.11% today. That is particularly crazy. Okay, but it's always moving at least like 2 or 3% every day. Bitcoin's popping off pretty good too at 3%. X, that's an interesting name. Seth, which of the prop firms plan do you prefer to trade with to pass an evaluation? Size 1 mini with a end of day drawdown 1500, profit target 1500, or 2 5-minute end of day drawdown 2000, profit target 2500. Okay, so the thing that determines whether or not you will pass a prop firm combine which by the way, I hate them and I don't recommend them. But the thing that matters the most is the ratio between the profit target and the drawdown. So if the profit target and the drawdown are equal, so you must be using Apex, right? That must be Apex. Then you basically get a 50% chance of passing. Versus typical one where it's like your target is 3,000 and your drawdown is 2,000, then you're only going to pass like 30% of the time. I'm going to have to pull out the current bar debug tool. Okay. That's weird. What's going on with this? Is it just a problem with the data? It's got to be just a problem with the data, because even the current bar debug tool is being like, that's not right. That's better. Oh my gosh. Well, now I want to know why Sim22 is isn't affected by that problem, though. Oh, this is so interesting, folks. So interesting. I see. Obsidian says nothing too special about jobless claims today. We do have a 3-month and 10-year auction today, though. Sorry, 4-week and not 3. Yeah, we are still getting supply. Dude, okay, so the reason that his doesn't have the problem is because his doesn't have to check what bar it is. He doesn't have to check if current bar equals 0. And what's happening is current bar is not equal to anything for that first little bit. So I don't know what caused that, but it was an error with the data and not my indicator. So now that I set things here, now interestingly enough though, they still don't match up. Possibly because there might be volume on the first bar that's being ignored on mine. Let's see. Can I say, by the way, on the jobless claims, like, I'm having a hard time squaring away what I see in the labor market, because the labor market is so tight right now. It is insane. You have to go through like 4 or 5 rounds of interviews. They're comparing you against 5 other people. Most of the jobs that are out there aren't responding to you. It's really quite crazy. And you look at like the unemployment claims. Well, I mean, it's been within standard numbers for a long time. Well, let's look at what was standard before COVID? Yeah, between 200 and 250. And now to today, between 200 and 250. I guess there was a lot there on the October, but like the labor market is really, really terrible, but there's not a lot of people filing unemployment claims. Is it because it is a white-collar recession and those guys are mostly getting severance and so they never file unemployment claims? Maybe. And then where's do they have continuing claims on this one? This doesn't show the continuing claims. But then when you go to like unemployment spread, unemployment rate, like it's really low. It was higher in because like here's the thing. It was easier for me to find a job in 2009 than it is today. In fact, in 2009 I went between like 3 different jobs. There was one job that just didn't really work. Like I worked for a semiconductor factory, and then, you know, they were hosted because the recession. And then the next job that I took, they weren't really equipped to have a new person, especially not a new junior person, so that didn't go anywhere. And then I moved to another place, which was okay, but I wasn't able to accomplish much there because I wasn't there for very long. And then I got the job at Goldman, and they were like restructuring. So of course, when they restructured, they didn't have a spot for me because, you know, I was going to be gone. And then I worked for Goldman. So I went through like 3 or 4 different jobs during that time, right? And that's all between 2008 and 2010. And in every one of those instances, I had a new job like the next week, right? And now we're going on almost 2 months. Now we're going on almost 2 months. Can you believe it? But the unemployment rate is at 4.2. How is that possible? How can there be that many people looking for jobs? Is it because job openings? Is it this one? Total job openings? Total job openings is insane. Right? Like what we are seeing is not reflected in the numbers at all. And it's not just like the headline non-farms number. It's like it's not showing up in the survey, and I can't explain it. There's something funky in the numbers, man. Something funky in the numbers. You say continuing jobless claims has reached a new 2-year high, though. Well, let's see here. Maybe we can see it through here. No. Continued claims is like at levels from before 2020. Layoffs will accelerate when financial statements begin to deteriorate. Okay, but that you're saying that layoffs are going to happen in the future. But I'm saying the labor market is incredibly tight right now, and you don't see that in the unemployment claims. You don't see that in the continued unemployment claims. You don't see that in the headline non-farms number or the household survey unemployment rate. The one caveat to that is that the non-farms headline number for last month was really poor. But that's just, they didn't necessarily create many new jobs. But it's still like we're at record levels of unemployment. And yet, I see mass numbers of people complaining about how hard it is to find a job right now. So how can that be? How can it be so hard to find a job right now, and yet unemployment be record low? Doesn't make sense. Unless it's really is just like a white collar recession, and so the number of jobs that are lost is really, really small and trivial relative to the larger economy. But if you are in that sector, it's like impossible to find a job. Is that what it is? Is just a white collar jobs recession? I don't know. It's super weird. Anyways. Yes, that's right. Okay, so I was at a maybe this is not grabbing all of this stuff. Oh, wait. I thought I fixed that. Now I'm all confused. It's just one of those days. Maybe when this happened, it pushed me to the end and I thought that I was at the beginning still. I think I just crashed it. Reloading data just crashed it. Yep. CPI over here in Canada has rising uptick from 1.6 to 2%. Shall I kill it? Put her out of her misery. Elon Musk wants to meet Alex Soros, and Soros says he's open to it, reports Fox News. That's weird. The resting order stack bar you have on your screen, there's something I need to build on Sierra. Yeah. Kind of useful, it seems. This is like pivot points in that tends to predict pops really well. Okay, so we're going back. And now the problem's not there. Is this my cumulative delta? It's my cumulative delta. Okay, wait. So then we come back to add the Sim22 one. And is this one is not... Oh, it is on calculate on each tick. Values are different, but it doesn't have the same issue where there's like nothing at the beginning. So it's hard for me to tell. It seems like they're starting at a different spot. So wait, where's 0 on this? I wonder if I need to create data series differently in order to debug this a little bit better. Kind of scared though. There's a slight difference, and it appears to me to be because they're like offset differently. Like where it starts is different. So let's say it's bar 0. Bar 0. Save tick replay is false. I don't think that line is getting hit. Let's just test here. It's not. Turn off the cache data bit. I need to fix one of the problems that I've discovered in here with these ones where you might want to run it on tick replay is that, you know, it will have to save things at the end of every bar. And so when it's historical, I think that I need to have it like save them all and only write to files once at the end of the day, right? Kind of assuming that Sims is correct. His could be wrong. Wow, I haven't been paying attention. I didn't realize that the treasuries came all the way back there. But I'm not entirely sure what was about that huge rise anyways. It didn't seem like there was anything in the data that would justify a reaction like that, so whatever. Yeah, perhaps it came back to correct itself off of that news, maybe. But it also kind of makes me think that there's like news headlines out and about. Like the thing is that there's been active volume in it, so it's not like it just. This first bar is different. I'm just going through here trying to find every spot that might possibly change those things, and yeah, didn't hit any of those either. Where's that the line? Put it at exactly 0. His. So they both start at 0. Could it have something to do with his algorithm here? His on-market data is way complicated here. What's with that? Question. If I come in and I use my this other cumulative delta that I made, it's like a simple one for back testing. Cumulative delta 2. I add that. Haha. It gives me... Oh, wait, let's change this. Cumulative delta 2 on each tick. It matches mine. Could it really be the case that Sims... how does that work? Oh, there's a type indicator. There's a type property here. No, delta type bid ask. Bid ask. Oh my gosh, I hate this code that I'm looking at right now. You named your variable A and B. Screw you, Sim. Screw you, Sim. Ask. A is ask. B is bid. Wait, there's a case where A is less than B? Is that actually being hit? Okay, hold on. Let's check. Let's see if these weird cases are actually being hit. Add-ons. Here's this one, and here's this one. F5. That procs compare. Wait, so does that mean that A is equal to B? Yes, A is equal to B. So what is P? P is price, I'm guessing. Double P equals price, yes. So he's saying, oh, that I don't understand if you actually need that case though.
Connection lost.
That's where it's coming from. Okay, so question, Uzi. You have the Sim22 cumulative delta, don't you? What do you use for your cumulative delta? I wish I could put Ninja Traders on. Oh, maybe you don't. You use the Ninja Trader one. Now I want to compare his and the Ninja Trader one. Yeah, lifetime license for life. Well, there's some issues with their cumulative delta though, because of like if you wanted to backtest them. Okay, so now I'm starting to wig out. I'm like, have I had this case missed in some of my code for that long? Granted, I never had cumulative delta as a part of our indicator suite, but I've had like ones that I tried backtesting and messing around with. Okay, so we have the normal case where we have, let's do it in yellow, where we have the ask and we have the bid, and then price is going to be either here or above it, right? So typical algorithm says if the price is at or equal to the ask, then it's buying, and if it's at or lower than the bid, then it's the other thing. Okay. So how is this case different? So what about this case right here, where it's in between them? It might be that. I don't know why he has this case where when they're equal, because it does the same thing. That's weird. But this bit right here, yes. Does that happen in my... So I think that my code is missing this case. Well, granted, my advanced cumulative delta deals with this, but my simple one here does not, which is where the price happens between the bid and the ask. So what is he saying? If A minus the price is less than E minus the price, now that doesn't quite fit, because with the treasuries, I don't think that will actually trigger. Hold on. Yeah, those don't actually trigger. Hold on, so let's do this. That one. That one. It's not hitting any of them. Weird. They're right back up there again, huh? Oh, you know what? My Ninja Trader is still disconnected. That's funny. Yeah, we don't have to mess with that. Actually, let's just leave it alone. Yeah, 30-year dragged everyone back up. I'd like to refresh my data to see what the spread did, what the spreads did, but I think that what's happening is if it's equal, if the bid and the ask are equal, that it's basically giving it to the buy. Whereas in Sims, it looks like what would happen if they're equal? If they're equal, and it's not greater than, then it doesn't do them. I see. So there might be an edge case where he just doesn't add it together. But I think I can add these. Let's just... Okay. Well, let's just add this bit here. See if that makes sense. Let's do it. What data? I'm using rhythmic. Been trying to train my eyes and your brain to see the curve through the DOM. Like, yeah. When you and constantly looking at it and saying this is steepening or this is flattening, and why might it be steepening and flattening, and so that it's just second nature to you. I mean, it looks like the 30-year dragged us up, right? So it looks like it flattened a little bit. Just kind of curious of a bull flattener. It's a little weird, but I digress. See, I think what's happening is, so here they've got code. I explained it to you. Sometimes it helped me understand, right? So they're saying if the bid and the ask are equal, so it's like this, bid and ask are equal, then it says if the price is above the ask, then it's buy volume. And if the price is below this, then it's sell volume. But if it's in between, which is what I would assume would happen, because when I put the breakpoints there, those never get triggered. So what's actually happening is there's volume that's going through in between them, and it doesn't know if it's buy or sell, and so it just discards it. Whereas mine will see that it's at or above the ask and immediately add it to the ask. So I think that's where the discrepancy comes from. So mine is currently adding it. I'm going to change it so that it doesn't add it, and it just kind of makes a peep, meeps at me in the log. Meep. So I think that this will make them equal. Yep, it's meeping. Yep. Pretty close. They're pretty close now. They're not quite the same, so there must be another case. But there you go. So should I add some of my additional logic from the advanced cumulative delta in here? And it's a bit of a few hundred contracts. Okay, well, I'm gonna look at my advanced cumulative delta and see how it does it. It's really complicated. I think that this one will just add it as by volume 2. I have to think about this for a little bit, what I want to do. We could just ignore it. Look at that monster at 25.5. What's that about? Especially it showing up in kind of a little bit of a dead zone. So my current thinking is if we get this situation where the bid and the ask are the same and the price comes in, I think that you could look at like what the previous tick was and what the next tick was and figure out, you know, what the bid and ask are actually supposed to be. I'm going to guess that under normal, like during live circumstances, that this case isn't going to happen and that it's only an artifact of tick replay, but I could be wrong about that. But I think in that case you could just say we don't know if it's buy or sell volume, and so we just ignore it, which is basically what I have it set to do right now. But I have all the breakpoints set up. It's not triggering any of those breakpoints, which actually gets even more curious. Why there's a slight difference. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna like zoom this in so much that it's like you can literally only see one bar. Also, I'm going to... Oh, yeah. I'm gonna use my Maya's candlesticks. There we go. Having some resizing problems. Yeah. It's like not... Oh, do I need those methods? Do I not have methods for that? I don't. Oh, but I have that. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Tick replay being generally shit is honestly one of the biggest reasons why I don't always use your indicators. Every day tick replay takes a crap and I have to reload historical data on at least one instrument. Really? That's weird. But the version of the indicators that you have, none of them make use of the tick replay, really. Except for market order imbalance can take advantage of tick replay, but what the new version that you're getting you can tell it to ignore it. So like I would be putting them all on charts that don't have tick replay turned on, right? And because the change that I'm making, that's so funny. The change that I'm making is making it so that if you want to have them on a chart with tick replay turned on, that they cooperate the way that you would probably expect. But with the way that they are right now, it's probably better to put them on a chart that doesn't have tick replay turned on. Well, that's kind of interesting, dude. Anyways. Oh, I swear I have like a, determine high and low method in here somewhere on render. Bar. Maybe not. Piling on a 10 in. Yeah. Well, it's not my style either, right? I only have them all on there to save the data. because the reality is that my indicators are all things that you should be able to see on your own on the DOM. And the indicators really only exist so that we can backtest it. Yep. Okay, so where... See, why did I not find a non-calculate min-max method? I swear that I have some code that does on min-max. I guess I just never added it onto these ones that make a subplot. So I guess I need to add it onto a bunch. It's so funny, like yesterday, I got to the end of this and I'm like, I think that this is all I gotta, you know, like we're close. And now I'm like going through and I'm like, okay, here's the thing I can add, and here's the thing I can add. These really are getting, like, when I think about how much code I've written for this, it's crazy. And the code that I've written is like I would say definitely more complicated, difficult code than like what I typically have to do at work. There we go. there's still a slight difference. Okay, so we are getting some economic numbers here. Existing home sales, we got 3.96 versus an expected 3.95. Wow, like almost right on the expectations, so that's curious. Yeah, the difference is just kind of like a contract here and there. Those cases never happen. That's so weird. Where's it coming from? There's data that there is an edge case that my code does something with and his code doesn't. What is it? Zero Hedge Russia did not use an ICBM to extract. Yes, that's. Ukraine. Well, you say Ukraine lied, but my guess or my assumption when I heard all of that was like they thought that it was an ICBM, but Russia does not consider it an ICBM. Some technicality. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like. What if I do it like this? Do you think it wants to break higher? You think that they're still on the risk off trade, yeah? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, that totally broke it. Wrong direction. I put a comparator the wrong direction. Still resolve it. Come on, yes. Hmm. Is it this right here? Yes, it is. Okay. So there is some volume that happens in between that they don't categorize. Which is actually really wild. Uh-huh. That really happens. Oh wait. Let's see what it is. What is it that when it happens? Okay. The ask. Come on, what's ask? Ask is 109. So let's see here. X divided by 64 equals 0.46875. So it's just that times 64. .46875 times 64 is 30, which is actually 15. So this one is 15. And then this other one, let's see here, 4375. 0.4375 times 64 is 28, which is 14. So then the one in between, the price should be 14.5, right? Yes. Okay, it is. But it's discarding that volume, and I am too, right? Thomas, do you have any comments on the MSTR House of Cards? I'm dumbfounded by the last 2 weeks. It's gone parabolic. Yeah, well, I see a lot of retail traders trying to buy puts on it. But like, here's the thing. Just ignore MSTR for a second. Let's say that we wanted to short Bitcoin, right? Does shorting Bitcoin make sense right now? I'm going to argue that no, it doesn't. I think that we're in a seasonally strong period for Bitcoin, that the Trump trade is really positive for Bitcoin. It's seeming like that the risk-off trade is maybe a little bit positive for Bitcoin as well, even. So, like, I'd say that the case right now is mildly positive for Bitcoin in the short term. I say mildly, but it's moving like it's very, very positive for Bitcoin, right? So it doesn't really make sense tactically right now to be shorting Bitcoin, I don't think, right? So then why would we want to go and short MSTR? Because it's moved a lot further than Bitcoin has. I guess we think that it's going to come back in line with Bitcoin. Well, okay, then we got to try and figure out why has it moved up so much more than Bitcoin, and when would it be forced to come back in line? Well, because people are trading it, there's orders going on in the stock that's pushing it up more, and they're going to have to take profits, right? So when are they going to take profits? Who knows? So I just don't think that the MSTR thing makes sense messing with it. Like, it's what they're doing is I think not okay. Eventually, not eventually, but if there ever has an issue where they're not able to borrow more money or whatever, then yeah, it all comes falling apart. But when is that going to happen? I have, if I'm going to touch that, I have to have something that makes me think that that's going to happen, because otherwise, it can just keep doing what it's doing, right? See, you got to get away from the logic of there is a price that is correct, and if I'm above or below this price that is correct, then I should short or long it. It's too simplistic for the market. Well, it is kind of a little bit like a leveraged play, but my understanding is still that it's gone up way more than is justified by the Bitcoin movement. But I haven't gone in and calculated that myself. Let's see if I can catch if my indicator is doing this thing with this one. Crazy times. By the way, Thomas, did you see the last post that I had made on the Patreon So basically, we have like a paid Discord now, and I've been posting the things in the paid Discord, and it's cheaper than the Patreon. So you should just go to the Patreon. Or sorry, you should unsubscribe from the Patreon and just go to the Discord. Wait, did I do? Okay. F5. Yeah, there's some of both. There's some of both. That's interesting. That still doesn't explain where. So, if you're having a hard time following me, there can be some situations when we're trying to determine the sign of an order. We're typically looking, here's the ask and here's the bid, and we look at the price. And if the price is at the ask, then we know it's buy volume. If the price is at the bid, then we know that it's sell volume, right? Well, there can be these edge cases where, because the two data feeds aren't completely in sync and all of these sorts of things, that you get some weird stuff. So one case is where the price is above the ask, but that one's pretty easy. You just say, oh, that's still buy volume, right? But there are two scenarios that I haven't really been factoring in. One is when the bid and the ask, there's a gap and the volume happens in between them like this, right? So in that case, how do you know if it's bid or ask? Well, if it's closer to the ask or it's closer to the bid, you could do it that way, right? But in treasuries, that in practice never happens. There's only ever like a 1 tick gap. Like if there was like a 5 tick gap, then we could use that bit right there, right? The other case is when the bid and the ask are the same. So this should never happen. This is an aberration from the data. Probably the reality is that the ask is actually up here or the bid is actually down here and it just hasn't updated yet. So what do you do here? So in both of these cases, it looks to me like Sim22 ignores them. He just lets them go through. He doesn't add them as buy or sell volume. He just doesn't categorize them and ignores that they happen. But I have my indicators set up at the moment to basically treat those the same way. But it is not resolving the difference between the two for whatever reason. And I would just kind of would like to get them to be equal is all. Oh, you know what? Before I was trying to do was I was trying to get it down to like that and then go back to the very first one. Okay, so the very first one, they're the same. So it doesn't have something to do with like bar 0 or anything like that. Then bar 2, there's one difference. Right. I'm going to increase my logging here. Also, I want to add current bar. That's on bar 2. Oh, hey, I screwed up. I have to change my indicator here. Something I really like about this new thing is that I can put in like, oh, why is this one down here not working? Oh yeah, because that's the one. Yeah, get rid of that one. Okay, but anyways, I can come in here to log and I can tell it debug and it will like spit out like everything. It'll spit out everything. I don't know why I have this log message in there. I was messing with it yesterday. I've already forgotten why that was in there, but try that again. Yeah. So this is the one that we think is happening. It's happening on... Oh, actually, no. Okay, so here's the case where the bid and the ask are that, well, all three of them are the same. And here is the case where volume happens in between the two of them. 4375. Yeah. Can I do it like, let's see here. Have it spit it out to me in nice strings. How do you do it? Instrument dot. Oh, I know there's an easy way to do it in NinjaTrader. Let's look it up. And I can make me download example code, right? Yes, they are. I really do like these log levels thing, though. That's something that I really think NinjaTrader should implement. Okay, let's try that again. There you go. So now we can come in and we can say, okay, so bid, ask, price is the same, and here's one where there's at 14 and 15, and then the price is coming in at 14.5. Those are being ignored. But it is happening on bar 0 and bar 7. And not bar 1, so it's not that. It's not that. There's another difference. And then this brings me back to, okay, so here's the two places where we're adding volume. And then all of these other places, it's not actually doing anything with them, right? Like in this one, it comes down into here. Like it does come into this branch, but it doesn't end up doing either of these two. So it doesn't know what to do with it, it discards it. But this one I don't think ever gets hit, because I put a breakpoint there, that one never gets hit. And these two never get hit either, because it's only a one-tick spread. So it does come into here, but it doesn't add or subtract volume. We are stuck in some sort of super hole. But yeah, because the market makers are probably like, screw this. I ain't gonna play. This is kind of like with me. It's like you might think, oh, Seth would probably be like super active. But I don't like the piece of news and I don't like the way that it's moving around and everything. I'm just ignoring it. Yeah. And I'm sure that the market makers have a similar opinion. Is it because I have an else here? Okay, let's do one at a time. Refresh. Okay, so it's not that. Oops. Here, when you paste something and it pastes a new line. Okay. This should also not change anything. Well, now hold on a second. It's not caching, is it? No, we're good there. I just need to like spit out all of the transactions in R1, I guess. Okay, let's try that actually. Why not? Why not? If current bar equals 1. R1 bid ask price. Easier for us to see exactly what we want. Oh, wrong one. It's this one. Okay, so here's the stuff that we want. It is just a few orders. There's one that's interesting. Is that the one that it's not picking up over on this? So hold on. This sucker right here. No, not this sucker. This sucker right here. Okay, so the bid and the ask, or sorry, no, that one's fine. Which one was it? Hold on a second. Asher's wake slightly early. That's good. That's good, though. I'm putting some pretty ridiculous debug statements in here now. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so first of all, there aren't any of those weird aberrations, those two scenarios that we were concerned about. So this says it's a cell, yeah. Oh, can you just sit there in your seat, bud? we're debugging this. See, this one, it says it is 692. And mine says that it's 693. So there's one volume that we're trying to account for that I'm curious to know why mine sees it and his doesn't. I guess we really need to put the Ninja Trader one on there to see what, what the authority... Let's say that Ninja Trader's answer is authoritative, but... Wolf, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I came back down in there. I wish that it was less volume, right? There's too much volume in that particular bar to really see what the differences are, what the difference is. So here is a case where there is a spread, but the order happens at the buy, so that's fine. In his code, is that hold on, where is it? Felt utilities. Oh, I put it, split it out into. Oh, where'd it go? Oh well, whatever. That would still be ask is larger than the bid, and should come into this scenario. Let's see. Wolf says I'm doing pretty good. Yesterday's auction overnight sent me down one heck. Oh, dude. Wait, the auction oversight. What is that about? The auction yesterday was really interesting that, like, they basically ignored all of the price action that had happened through the day, and so the auction ended up being super low. And everybody said, oh, that's like really poor demand, but I'm like, nah, or maybe they just didn't want to pay up for something they thought was stupid. Like... No, I don't want you to sit on my lap. That's really annoying. Why do you always want to sit in my lap? Are you cold? You have your own chair right there. He's gonna do it anyways. All right. It's just having somebody sitting on your leg kind of makes your leg tight. No, don't push the keyboard. That could be bad. The kid's gonna trade? Yeah. Okay, you tell me. Can you say bye, bye, bye? You say bye, bye, bye? Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, go. Now say.
Yeah.
Now say
Yeah.
sell.
Yeah.
Sell.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll need a little bit of work before he can give us trade signals. It's gotta be something else, like that there's an event that's just being discarded by one or the other. How'd you do that? Okay, let's try one last thing. Oh, whoops. Nope. Wrong. Nice. No, we're not playing my. We're working. Okay. So every time that on-market data is called, I am adding or subtracting cumulative delta from it. The difference is only one, so it can't be like this one was made a buy when it should have been a sell, right? So it's got to be that this other guy's thing is not picking something up. So I guess I'm gonna put some stuff in it. Okay, cross your fingers to see if that compiles. Oh. Did not work. All right, well, it's time to get going here. I was not able to identify the source of the discrepancy. I was going to have this one print out every time that it was buying and it thought it was categorizing something as buying and selling and vice versa. But that doesn't work because they're using a helper class that doesn't have access to the console, essentially. So I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna come in here. Where's all this output? And I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna make a private int underscore counter equals 0. Underscore counter. Counter plus plus. To do it over here. And I'm going to come back over into his. And I'm going to add it here too. File. Oh, yeah, of course I gotta fix that. Okay. All right. So I go to 479 events. And his goes to 479 events. So there is like one event in there that they are calculating differently. And I've looked at the code and I can't figure out where they're different. All right. Well, whatever. Top step, finally enforcing a rule for the live funded traders. They can no longer also trade their sim funded accounts at the same. I wonder why that would be. Kind of weird. Oh, actually, you know what? I can fix this. I can do this. Love it. Brilliant. Okay, hold on. I think I may have figured out what I can do here. And enter. Plus. And then come over into mine. And I really hate how when I switch tabs that it doesn't save where I was at. I also hate that Asher has decided to leave the room. Plus, hold on a second. Okay, well, I'm almost there, but you're not gonna find out the thing because I gotta help out. So tomorrow you'll find out. I will see you then. Stay